And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Youth wins the day again. Yes, Liverpool through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup as they beat Southampton 3-0 at Anfield. A game that, of course, in the lead up to it, it's just after playing 120 minutes, another game that needed rotation, and the fact that we have a current injury crisis going on. I think injury crisis is actually an understatement of what's going on at Liverpool at this moment in time. Another two players were, of course, added to the list in Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch, which, again, did feel the need that there was going to be more rotation and maybe more youngsters coming into the starting 11. And again, this could have posed a bit of a problem, of course, going into this one. I don't think Southampton really thought they would get all 3 points, but they may have sniffed a potential opportunity coming to Anfield, and there was a real good opportunity to maybe get something from it just due to the injury crisis, and if they could probably take their chances. And whilst the first half was a bit of a struggle in a way, and Southampton actually played well, since the goal went in from Comas, it was all pretty plain sailing there from Liverpool. And then, of course, the man of the moment, the star of the night, Jadon Danns, of course, getting a double as well, and then getting the Player of the Match award, sees us go through to the quarter-final. And as stated, we're going up against Manchester United in that next round, which is a tasty affair, of course. Manchester United in a cup at Old Trafford going to pose a bit of a problem, whilst the Red Devils haven't actually been that good this season. Depending on our current injury state of play, it could again be a match that requires more rotation. But into the last 8 of the competition, of course, the other rounds are as follows: Wolves versus Coventry, Chelsea versus Leicester, Manchester City versus Newcastle. So this game is the last match before the international break and comes after the Europa League second leg against Sparta Prague. So, more games. The match, of course, against Everton has now been rearranged. But yeah, we've got Manchester United in that next round of the competition, and all eyes on to the next our next challenge, which is this weekend against Nottingham Forest, which I do believe we will have some good news. Obviously, there's been a bit of a week from the Carabao Cup. We've been able to rotate, got through with one again once now. So relatively with new first team or the traditional first team players coming back, we should see maybe 3 or 4 names hopefully emerge. Those kind of being Darwin Núñez, Dom Szoboszlai, potentially Mo Salah as well. So hopefully, as stated, we're going to start to see names of first-team players return back again for Forest, because, again, we've got a decent run of games coming up, and we need to just keep on making sure that we hunt down this title and try and get as many. We'll take a game at a time and get for another 3 points on the board. Whilst, as I stated, guys, we are looking mostly as a fan base to the next game, and that's been the cry from the supporters, game at a time, and we are getting slightly excited of what was about to come. There is always little updates with regards to the future of this football club. Look, everybody knows Jurgen Klopp's going to be leaving, and Paul Joyce and Fabrizio Romano have provided a huge update, or a post-Jurgen Klopp update with regards to the director of football and a bit on the managerial position. So here's what was said. Yes, Liverpool are attempting to lure former sporting director Michael Edwards back to the club, but Edwards does want more control of the club if he is to return. Edwards left the Reds in 2022 after overseeing a highly successful period as the club's sporting director, working alongside FSG president Michael Gordon and manager Jurgen Klopp. FSG are said to have already made one attempt to bring the 44-year-old back to the club in the aftermath of Klopp's decision to leave at the end of the season, and reports emerged on Wednesday of a renewed attempt to bring back the transfer Supremo. That FSG believe Edwards could be open to returning, hints at the change in approach in recent years, with more control over transfers having been given to Klopp. Now, where brief, journalists on Merseyside have indicated that Edwards would want greater control at Liverpool if he is to return, with FSG said to have not given up hope of a return despite an initial rejection last month. Writing in the Times, Paul Joyce and Fabrizio Romano also explained that now Klopp is leaving, there is a demand for someone to take charge of the whole club during what will be a period of transition, rather than someone to facilitate the needs of Jurgen Klopp. Joyce and Romano stated that Edwards would seek total control of football operations at Liverpool in order to consider coming back to Anfield less than 2 years after his departure. That would mean Edwards would be the top of the hierarchy at the club if effectively taking on the role of FSG president Michael Gordon, the man who is largely responsible for the day-to-day running of the football club and would be responsible to appointing a new sporting director at the club. The appointment of someone into the top role is the first in a pack of cards that FSG must play at Liverpool. Once that person is in place, a sporting director can be appointed, then a new manager to replace Klopp, and then key contracts for players including Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Paul Joyce also added that FSG are likely to interview Sporting Lisbon's Ruben Almiron, despite Xabi Alonso being considered the front runner for the new Liverpool job. So, yeah, again, that's quite good to hear about Michael Edwards, that door's not shut. As stated, he did oversee a very, very successful period in our history, or modern history, and everyone's kind of favourite for him to come back in some capacity. But as stated, he's kind of got his bargaining chips as to what he wants, and that's kind of full control of the football department. And as the time goes on, we'll certainly see how that kind of pans out. But the director of football search is ongoing. As stated, we did say that Liverpool want to have that position filled by the end of March at the latest. So we will get updates as time goes on with regards to it, and then probably after that we'll see what happens with the manager. But due to Xabi Alonso being our outstanding candidate, the main man for the job, the one that everyone believes is going to get the job, we will have to wait to the end of the season, probably at least, until we get confirmation with regards to that. And as stated, I've been saying a lot about Ruben Almiron from Sporting Lisbon, that he is the second best candidate, if you like, or the number two that Liverpool are potentially looking at. And it would be stupid not to interview other candidates for the job. I know Xabi Alonso seems like the outliner, but we do need to look at other candidates and see what they can bring, because Ruben, whilst he has no direct links to Liverpool, he's been doing a fantastic job in Portugal with Sporting Lisbon. And managers that have come through Portugal have often done fairly well in terms of transition. And due to the Bayern Munich surrounding noise, that Bayern Munich also want Alonso, we need to be prepared on all fronts, just in case Xabi does want to stay at Bayer Leverkusen, does go to Bayern Munich, something may happen at the Real Madrid, does go down another path, then we at least got other candidates to step up to the plate. And I wouldn't be too disappointed with Ruben. I think he's quite a good manager. Obviously, I do want Alonso, like many of you at this moment in time. But it's good to see on that front. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've really got for you today. Quite a lot of stuff we see. Another smile on my face, of course, after the victory. Updates with regards to the future has been good as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Do you want to see Michael Edwards return? Yes or no? Hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.